So first time you start with the USMLE Step-1, which is like the USMLE Step-1. So recently it's like pass and fail. So you can just do the first stage and you would for 3 or 4 months, and then you can easily pass the USMLE Step-1 exam. For example, if you are taking so let's talk about the plain for Step-1. So if you are taking Step-1 and the recent time, and so you start with the first stage, and if you have a time, then you can do the board and beyond lecture. And along with that you can do the U-word. So first start from the first stage and then watch the lecture of B&B, and then you can buy a U-word. I think the 6-month U-word subscription is enough, because USMLE Step-1 now it is just a pass. You have to just pass, and the passing score is 196. And if you are doing the U-word around 60 to 70%, and if you are getting a 70%, then it's a like most likely 90 to 95% of the chances you will pass the exam. And after taking the USMLE Step-1, and the expenses for USMLE Step-1 would be around like $2,000, I would say, like $500 for the USMLE Step-1 U-word, and $1,000 for this like the ECFMG like the Step-1 to get a permit for the Step-1, and like the $145 or $70 for the I think for the notary, and so around like $2,000. And then after that getting done with the Step-1, you have the USMLE Step-2 CK. And the Step-2 CK is nowadays is very important, because before 2022 you have a Step-1 and a Step-2 score, but now you just have a Step-2 CK score. And that's why you have to very focus on Step-2 CK. You should have at least 255 if you want to get a residence in a good hospital, means like in a university hospital. Then you should have a score of 255 at least, because in the last year the average score was 255. So your goal should be to get a Step-2 CK score around 255. 250 is okay, but if you have a 255, then you will cross a line of mean, which means the average score. So your goal should be 255. And what are the resources for the Step-2 CK? And nowadays people just buy a U-word, like a Step-1 U-word for the 2 months, which is not a good idea, because Step-2 CK, like the 60 to 70%, I would say that 50 to 60% of Step-2 CK is Step-1. So you should like give time to Step-1 to have enough knowledge, like a sound knowledge, like means the basic knowledge, so you can use during the Step-2 CK. And if you don't have a basic knowledge of Step-1, then you have to give more time to Step-2 CK, like around 1 year, maybe 1.5 years. But if you have the sound knowledge, then the Step-2 CK would takes around 7 to 8 months. And the resources for Step-2 CK is the U-word and the emboss. Emboss is very important. Most people don't do that and don't know about it, but if you really want to get a Step-2 CK around 255, then you should do the emboss, because U-word is a good tool, but U-word does not tell you the sequences. For example, if you don't have a good basic knowledge, like if you don't know the sequence of the management, then the emboss is a very good resources. And like if you're not doing the question bank of emboss, then you should do at least the theory of emboss. That will really help you a lot. And after getting done with the Step-2 CK, then like recently we have the OET, and OET fees around like let's talk about the Step-2 CK expenses. And the expenses are around again the $2,000. Not the 2,000, like $1,500, like $1,500 US enough, like 500 for the U-word, and if you are buying emboss, 300 is for the emboss. So it's roughly around like the 7 to 800, and then you like pay for the permit, which is like not expensive, like $1,500 is enough for the Step-2 CK. And then you have the OET, and the OET expenses are like $430 US, but it is a very tricky exam. Like if you are a native like the English speaker, then you don't have have to worry about it, because it's all about the speaking, writing, reading and listening. But if you are not a native speaker, then you have to work really hard to get done with the OET. So I would say after getting done with the Step-2 CK, while you are waiting for the result, you should book your OET exam. And sometimes people are getting failed, and that's why some people have lost the mid-cycle because of the OET. So you should be very concise when you should book the OET. And after that, like getting done with the step 1, step 2, and step like the OET, you are eligible for ECFMG certification. So how would you do that? So like these are the requirements: step 1, step 2, and the OET. So before that it was step 2 like the CS, but nowadays OET is the like eligibility criteria for the ECFMG certification. So how would you do that? So like every year the NRMP and the ERAS send you information on their website that now you can apply for the ECFMG certification. For example, if you are applying for the 2024, then they would start like sending you the information on the website that now you can apply. So probably in the month of May this year, like the May 2023, they will show you on the website that you are like now you can apply for the ECFMG certification. So even you can now apply now, but every year, like every month of May, they update like what are the criteria for this year mid cycle. Like it means like the criteria for ECFMG certification for 2024. So you have to just wait for May, and after like when they show you on the website like you can apply for the ECFMG certification. So just go to the site on the ERAS, and then you can look at the eligibility requirement, and then you can like before that you just open this click like this is a link. So I will share in the description box. So you just click this one, and then there is an option of ECFMG certification applied, so you can apply there like that. And after become ECFMG certified, now you can apply for the mid cycle. So on around the first or second week of June, you are able to buy a token called as a ERAS token. So after you buy a ERAS token, like you will be able to log into ERAS, which is a kind of website where you apply for the mid-cycle, like what kind of program you are applying. You upload your photo, you upload your all the documents. Actually, like you apply on the ERAS. So you can buy a token of ERAS token on the first week of June. So this like in the 2020, it was in the first week of June. Probably it would be the same date, like 2 or 3 days. Maybe back and forth, but probably in the first week of June. So after getting like how would you buy a ERAS token, just go to the ECFMG like the ERAS site, and then you can just log into my ERAS website. So here when you apply, like log into my ERAS, and then you can buy a ERAS token. This is the link of my ERAS. Just go to the AMC, and there is an option of my ERAS website. If you click this, then you can buy around like some dollars, and then you can buy a ERAS token. And the September 7 you can apply to the program. So like a program will read your application after the 30th of September. Last year probably would be the same, but you can apply after the 7th of September. Yeah, and then like 28th September they start reviewing the applications, and the January 20. So like if you are struggling with the ECFMG certification, like if you don't have like the OET, and if you didn't done with the step 2 CK, then this is the last date. Like before the 31st, you should have to have a step 1, step 2, and OET. And after 31 you cannot apply for the OE like the ECFMG certification. And you can apply for the certification, but NRMP is the website, and that decide whether you match or not. They won't read your application if you are ECFMG certified after the 30. So make sure you should be able to ECFMG certified before the 31st January. And the March 1 you can apply, like you can submit your rank order list. And rank order list is a kind of a list, like for example, if you got a 10 interview, then you rank all the program on then like on your priority. This is the first, second, third, and up to the 10. And then the March 13 is kind of like where you match, and the 13 like they just tell you like whether you match or not. On the mid 17 you can just like they will tell you where you did match. And yes, and before that like you can buy, and also that, so you need to do two things. One is buy ERAS token, which is like would be around the first week of June, and the second one is NRMP registration. And the ECFMG token is $165, and NRMP registration is 70. So you can do NRMP registration anytime, like in the June, July, August, September, but you should be able to like NRMP registered before the 31st week of January. And the fees is $70 and ECFMG is 165 and the USMLE transcript is 80. So if you like, you have to buy like that, you have to get a like pay around $80 for the USMLE transcript as well. And NRMP registration, so if after the NRMP registration, so how will you do the NRMP registration? Just open the NRMP site and then you can able to like, there's an option called the login. So open the NRMP and then here you can log in on registration. If you are the new, then you can register here. And after getting registered, you should have these informations, like this is the like that would be the page and where you can submit your rank order list and this one. And yeah, so after what about the USMLE Step 3? If like a recent, like after USMLE Step 1 become pass and fail, now you should have the Step 3. If you have a Step 3 score before the September, then probably you would have a 2 to 3 more interviews. Like it's all about how many people how many people, like how you reach out to the program and these things. So, but if you have a Step 3, you would have the like 2 or 3 more interviews compared to the someone who did not have the Step 3. And like so around the September, before the September, you make a program list like where you should apply for program, like the mostly people around 180 to 190 program. So how would you search the program? So there are 3 websites. Like when you log into the ERAS, you have 3 synchronized websites. One is the FREDA and the second one is the Residency Explorer. So Residency Explorer is a better tool than the FREDA, so you should use the Residency Explorer. So how does that work? So here you just write the name of the program and the program would pop up like this one. After you click this one, you have all the information of that program. For example, whether this program is offering the visa, whether it's having the IMGs, accepting the IMGs, and what is the score criteria, what is the cutoff for the years of graduation. So you should search all the program before you apply. So make sure you should make a list around the June or July or August to apply in the September. So you should have a good program list. You can ask from your senior already who have applied, so that list also can help. And after, for example, you have applied in the 30th of September, how you would reach to the program? So just wait for 2 weeks at least, I would say, and after that you can send the letter of intent, and letter of intent would be like this one. So here is my name and this is like my credential, and I'm very much interested in your program because of this and this and this. Which could be anything, like maybe family term, if your family is living nearby the program, and whether you are interested in the fellowship. It's like all about your and the program's matching. You should send the letter of intent after the 2 week of applied. For example, if you applied on the 30th September, then you can send the letter of intent up to the 15th of the 15th of September, like after the 15 days after you applied. Like the 30th September would be the 15th October. And then how would you reach out to the program? So you can send the letter of intent and you can call to the program as well, but make sure every program, not all program receiving the call, but you should, if you know some program is receiving the call and they don't have any problem with receiving with the call, so you can call after the second week, the same as the letter of intent. And how would you receive the interview? So interview, they mostly send you the email, and in email they will send you this is the congratulations, you have got an interview invitation and these are the available date you can pick. So you should pick date within the 24 hour, and because after 24 to 48 hours, usually program would give you 3 days and some give the 48 hours. You should be very concise to schedule the date. So for example, if you got interview, you should schedule the date. Now question is when should you schedule the interview. So you should schedule interview in the mid of the cycle. For example, if you got an interview in the 15th October, you should schedule your interview in the November. So late November, mid November, and early December is the good time to interview. So you should schedule interview in the mid of the November, late December, not late, but early December, late November, and mid November. Mid November is a very good time. And after that, like for example, if you got a 10 interview, and how would you rank the program? So everyone have their own idea. So someone rank because of the visa status, because someone they want H1, and someone want a J1, and some want the university program. So based on these, you should ask from your senior, get help from your the mentor, how would you rank them. And after that, like you will get an email from the on the 30th of the March, whether you match or not. Like if you are matched, then they would send you the congratulation, and if you're not, then they would send you an email like, we are sorry, you did not match at any position. You should be like, these are the two emails. I hope everyone get this email, and I think that's all about USMLE pathway for 2024. If you have any question, you can comment below. I love to make a video on that, and thank you so much for watching my videos.